James had always thought of hugs as a simple universal gesture, something people did out of habit, comfort, or politeness. He never really read into them. A hug was just a hug. That's what he told himself anyway. But that was before Sophie. They had been friends for years, meeting in college and staying close ever since. Their friendship had always been easy, filled with laughter, deep conversations, and an unspoken understanding of each other. And of course, there were hugs, quick ones after meetups, casual ones when saying goodbye. They were nothing special, or so James thought. One evening, after a long talk over coffee, Sophie hugged him goodbye like she always did. But this time, it felt different. It lasted just a second longer, her arms wrapped around him with a kind of hesitance, as if she was holding on to something she wasn't ready to let go of. She pulled away slowly, giving him a small, almost uncertain smile before walking away. James told himself it was nothing. Maybe she was just tired. Maybe she was going through something. But then it happened again. And again. Every hug after that carried something new, something unspoken. Sometimes she squeezed his arm gently before letting go. Other times she lingered, resting her head against his chest for just a brief moment. Once, he even felt her take a deep breath, as if trying to memorize something about that moment. At first, he didn't know what to make of it, but then he started noticing things he had never really paid attention to before. The way his mother had hugged him, just a little too tightly the day he left for college, her fingers grasping at his back, as if she didn't want to let him go. The way his sister had clung to him after her breakup, burying her face in his shoulder without saying a word. The way an old friend had once hugged him, with a quiet, trembling grip, before moving to another country, as if the hug itself was a silent goodbye. Hugs weren't just gestures, they were messages. And Sophie's hugs, what was she trying to say? Was it comfort? Fear? A question she wasn't ready to ask out loud? He found himself overthinking every touch, every small pause, every lingering moment. And then, one night, it all became clear. They had spent the evening walking through the park, talking about everything and nothing. The air was cool, the sky sprinkled with stars, and there was a quiet ease between them, the kind that only existed between people who truly understood each other. When they reached her apartment, she turned to him with a soft smile. "Good night, James," she said, stepping closer. And then she hugged him, but this time she didn't pull away. Her fingers clutched his jacket lightly, her body pressing just a little closer than before. He felt her heartbeat against his chest, steady but nervous. There was something different in the way she held on to him. It wasn't casual, it wasn't polite. It was a silent confession, a quiet plea, a question without words. For the first time, James truly saw it. And so, instead of letting go, he wrapped his arms around her just as tightly, pressing his face against her hair and breathing in the moment. He didn't need words to answer her. He finally understood.